Hi guys, so today I want to go through the differences between two different types of GMT watch. You've got the true GMT watch or traveler's GMT watch, which we have here. That is the Rolex Explorer 2. And the other type of GMT watch you have is the office GMT, which is for people that stay at home and don't travel. And this is represented by the Parnis GMT. So, firstly, I'll go through this one. Now, the thing with an office GMT is you've got the same 24-hour GMT hand as you've got on the Rolly, and that's read off against the 24-hour bezel in the same way. But what makes it different is the action of the hands and which hand is independent. So the idea of this one is it allows you to track a second time zone, but it allows you to easily change what time zone you're tracking. The idea is that you remain based at home, in my case in the UK, I don't know, you're in the office and you want to track US time or Indian time or whatever other time zone it is. The fact is that it's easy to change the GMT hand to get you onto the different time zone. So you simply pop that out and you can change the GMT hour hand to read any time that you like. Change it to a different time zone, no problem at all. So if I want to keep going on to different time zones, I can do so. If you wind the watch the other way, you get a quick set date, which you don't have with the other watch. If I wind it back, changing the GMT hand, I'll put that back where it was. So the whole point of this watch is for people that don't travel, and you can change the GMT hand freely any way you want. That's fine. If you were to travel with this watch, it would be a pain in the butt, because of course when you actually wanted to change the time, so let's say you've gone abroad and it's an hour ahead. When you change the time to go on an hour, you've just changed the GMT hand. So you've just changed the time zone that you're trying to monitor at home. So you then got to go through the rigmarole of moving it back again. So you go all the way around and back to where it was. So it's actually quite a giant pain in the bum when you're traveling. Now, with a true GMT, it's slightly different. The way it works is that this hand stays put, representing your home time zone, and when you travel abroad and you get off your plane, you simply pop that out and you move the hour hand in 1 hour increments backwards or forwards depending on how many hours, how many time zones you've traveled through. Nice and easy. The orange hand stays put, that doesn't move. So this is all about travelling. This would be a really poo watch if you wanted to keep track of different time zones back in the UK. That's what this guy's for. This is for travel. And the other thing to note is that some people say that you can use a watch like this to travel by, instead of changing the main hour hand, you just use the GMT hand to represent your local time. Now the problem with that, of course, is that when the GMT hand passes midnight, you don't get a day change. So if you're going to use the GMT hand for your local time, the date's not going to change at the right time. The date is, of course, dependent upon the hour hand going past midnight. Like this. There it goes, date's changed. So you have to use the main hour hand to represent your local time. That's why this is crap for travelling. And this is good for travelling. So you've got two completely different GMT mechanisms. Now what I should say is that generally this type of mechanism is what you get in most watches. The lion's share of watches, especially the cheaper ones, unfortunately, have this sort of GMT movement, which is only really suitable for home time zone use, where you want to track other time zones, but you're not traveling. If you want to travel, you either want one of these, a Rolex or possibly an Amiga. Alpina do them. Seiko and Citizen do some cheaper versions with the jumping hour hand. But it's the jumping hour hand that you want when you want to travel. This guy here that steps backwards and forwards in 1 hour increments. It's the rarer mechanism and normally the most expensive one, but that's it. So when people talk about a true GMT or a traveler's GMT, it's this that they're talking about, where you can modify your local time when you get off the plane. You can modify your local time nice and easily, just like that. And when they're talking about an office GMT or a home GMT, they're talking about one of these guys with an independent GMT hand. So hopefully that clears up any confusion. Thanks for watching. See you another time.